give you just a quick overview of what we're going to do today is continue the exploration of our energy body, our pranamaya kosha. And what we've done so far is just talk about the channels for the breath and the Sushumna Nadi, that central channel where all of these 7 primary chakras or energy centers reside. We've talked about the root chakra, the very first chakra that is about being grounded and connected to the earth. We've also worked with our sacral chakra, the bowl of the pelvis, and the energy center for creativity, passion, and being connected to your senses. So the next energy center that we're going to work with today is the solar plexus. The solar plexus is located around the belly navel center and up to the bottom of the sternum and the bottom of the rib cage. Okay, so it's kind of right here. And the color is yellow. The element is fire. And this energy center is about power. It's about being in your power, feeling strong, feeling authentic, and like you are worthy. So it also is connected to that core strength, which means we're going to be working the strength of the core quite a bit today in our practice. So at any point, if you need to take a break, take a rest, just do a little time out and relax, feel free to do that. And then when you feel ready, just come back to the practice. So go ahead and take a moment to lie on your back. And as you lie back, maybe put a little something under the head if that feels comfortable and appropriate for you. And you're just going to put your hands onto that solar plexus. So again, right around the belly button and up to the bottom of the sternum and rib cage. Let your feet be slightly wider than the hips and let your knees rest against one another. And as you're breathing, just notice any movement that's happening underneath those hands. As you breathe in, feel yourself connect to the space that's created inside the body. And as you breathe out, feel that quality of release, that quality of letting go. So again, that exhale, that release, that sinking into the earth is root chakra. That's grounding. So you can connect to that root, to that grounding. And then as you move your awareness to the pelvic bowl, just taking a moment to acknowledge that sacral chakra, the chakra of flow, creativity, and passion. Maybe even imagining the blood and the lymph flowing through the body. Connecting to the flow of the breath. And then coming back to the solar plexus, the space right underneath those hands. And we're going to jump right into igniting that inner fire here in this space of power. As you breathe in, feel the belly expand. Let it get round underneath those hands. And as you exhale, pull the belly button in toward the spine and up toward the ribs and feel the strength of the belly squeezing the breath out. And do that again. Inhale, letting that space expand. Exhale, igniting the strength of the core to to empty the breath. Do that a few more times. Maybe even visualizing the bright sun that certainly has been present for us here in Florida, the heat that we've experienced in these last few days. Start to find that heat inside your power center. You can visualize the color yellow. And just start to get a sense of your own personal power as you ignite the belly. We're going to take just a few more of these. Now, go ahead and take your arms away from your belly so the palms are facing up. And then wiggle your feet a little bit wider. Let the knees come to hip width apart and let your feet be wider than your knees. Now, on an inhale, you're going to rock your pelvis and your knees to the right. Let the belly get full and round. Then as you exhale, squeeze the belly in and press the pelvis back to center. Feel everything come back to neutral. And then inhale, drop it over to the left. Big round belly. And as you exhale, squeeze that power center, bring it all back. So start to feel how we're using that power center, we're using that core to not only control the breath, but to also move the pelvis. The inhale takes you over, expands the solar plexus. The exhale draws the power center in to bring the pelvis back to center. The legs follow. Taking a couple more of these to warm up the core. One more on each side. Really feel the strength of the belly controlling the movement. Now when you're even on both sides, come back to center. Let the knees rest together once again. Bring the hands to the belly and just take a moment to feel. Feel the breath, natural rhythm of the breath moving. Notice any heat that might be coming into the body as we ignite this power center. Now we're going to go ahead and bring the knees and the feet to hip width. You're going to stretch your arms back behind you. Take a big breath through that front body. Big inhale, big round belly. On your exhale, squeeze the navel in. Start to bring the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a hug. On your next in breath, float the feet back down. Reach the arms again. Expand the belly. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in, lift the knees, hug the knees. So we're going to move in and out of this a few times, continuing to engage and fire up that belly. Now here's an option for those of you who want a little bit more. As you hug the knees in, lift the head and shoulders, curl into this teeny tiny ball to squeeze the breath out. And then as you inhale, slowly unwind, feet to mat, head down, arms reach. Exhale, coming back. Here's one more option for those who want to work especially hard today. we're going to take the legs to about a 45-degree angle. And then as you exhale, squeeze the knees in, lift the head and shoulders. So 3 options for you here today. Listen to your body and use the variation that feels most appropriate for you. We'll take 2 more of these, whichever variation you're working with. Just continue to feel the power in the belly, the breath, creating the expansion on the inhale, and the exhale, engaging back to center. Now when you're ready, go ahead and relax the head and shoulders, let the feet come back to the ground. Take the arms away from the body a little bit. Knees resting together, feet slightly apart, and just feel. Bring your awareness to that solar plexus. Notice the energy in the body. Notice any heat that's rising up. We're going to take one more action here on our backs before we transition. So taking the arms wide, we're going to pick the feet up. So let the knees be right above the hips. Here there's a 90-degree angle at the hips. Now the feet can be a little bit heavy. You can flex the feet, or you can bring the knees to a 90-degree angle. So you decide where that is for you. Now, on your inhale, we are going to drop those legs over to the right, any amount. Let the pelvis rock over. Feel the belly expand. And then as you exhale, squeeze the belly in, bring the pelvis back to center. Now go the other direction. Inhale, rock to the left. Full big round belly. Exhale, squeeze the belly in, bring it back. So you can feel, again, how we're using the core and we're using that power center of the solar plexus to bring it back. Always coming back to center. So we're going to take a few more of these, continue to alternate from one side to the other. If you want more, if you want to make this a little bit harder, you can start to extend the knees more. So maybe try another 15 degrees behind the knees. See how that feels. Another option is to straighten the legs completely as you rock from side to side. Notice how your body responds and work from a place that's a little bit challenging but feels comfortable and safe. Strong, strong power center, bringing you back. The inhale, creating the expansion. Now, go ahead and get yourself even on both sides, in both directions. Coming back to center, bending the knees, letting yourself have a little hug here, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. Now bring your hands behind your thighs and just start to rock forward and back a little bit. Strong belly here, really pull the belly in and let yourself build up some momentum so that you come up to seated. Now from this seated position, extend the legs out in front of you. Begin to press down into the hands. Feel the chest lift, the shoulders roll back. So we'll visit the root chakra here. Feel the heels extend and press down, the sit bones, and the hands. Those are your roots here. From there, notice the pelvis. Find a neutral pelvis. So there's a small lumbar curve in that lower back. And then belly in, start to turn the body to the right. Feel the thigh pressing into the belly. Bring your right hand behind you. Press down into your right hand. Find a little bit more length in the spine. Take another breath. Get a little taller. And then on your exhale, turn the belly a little bit more to the right. Feel the compression of the thigh into the solar plexus. Let the breath move. Excellent. Now when you're ready, come on back to center. Extend that leg out in front of you. Find your staff pose again. Rooting through the hands, heels, and sit bones. Rising up through that central channel. Stabilizing at the solar plexus. Just gently drawing the belly in. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the belly in, squeeze the breath out, fold the left knee, bring it in toward you. Feel the thigh starting to press into the solar plexus. Start to turn the belly to the left. Take the left hand behind you, press down. Feel the length come into the spine. Take another breath. Draw the belly in, turn the belly to the left a little more. Feel like you're hugging your thigh into that solar plexus. Keep turning the belly. Take a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, let yourself come back. Unwinding the body, extending the left leg out. Now we're going to bend the knees just a little bit so the feet can come flat to the floor. The knees are out in front of you. We're going to take the arms up and around. And then as you exhale, just fold over those legs. Give yourself a little hug. Rock a little bit from side to side. Relax the head and shoulders. And then slowly unwind the spine, coming back to your nice tall spine. You're going to take your two hands and make little C's with your hands. Each hand going with one under each knee. So you're holding the knee creases with these little hooks that you've made with your hands. From here, feel the roots of your sit bones. Draw the belly in, lift the heart, roll the shoulders back, lean back a little bit. Start to feel like you're balancing on your sit bones. Try not to be on the tailbone. Try to be on the sit bones. Lift the heart a little bit more. Maybe the feet start to hover off of the ground. So you can be right here, just kind of tapping the toes up and down. If you want a little bit more, you can alternate, bringing one shin at a time to parallel. We're just playing a little bit with both pose. If that's easy for you, maybe you bring both shins up at a time. Just really feeling that center of the navel drawing in and up and feeling the strength of the core. If you still want more, you can extend the legs. Maybe let go with one hand and then the other. Maybe both. Maybe rock your boat a little bit in the water. Just feel the stability of the core. Gradually work your way back to the feet on the ground, wrapping the arms under the thighs, releasing the head down, and rocking. So we stoke the fire, and then we just rest and let it burn a little bit. When we feel it starting to die down, we stoke it a little bit more. from here, we're going to move to the hands and knees. So you can lean over to one side, just mermaid the legs, and then work your way to hands and knees. If you have a blanket on your mat for your head, you might want to just move it off for now. We're going to come into our tabletop. So have a look at your hands, really spread your fingers wide apart. Feel like the tips of your fingers are gently gripping the mat, the knuckles of the thumb and index finger making contact with the ground. Soften the elbows a little bit so that they're not locked, and roll the shoulders onto the back. Feel the collarbone shine forward and press the shins down to take some pressure out of the knees. Now as you inhale into cow pose, tilt the pelvis back, roll the shoulders back, take the gaze forward. Really draw the navel in and up. And then on your exhale, curl the pelvis. Draw the belly in and up, round the spine, tuck the chin. So move through this a couple times. Inhale, still keeping a little tone in the belly, even on the inhale. Then the exhale, you're really squeezing the belly. Take a couple more of these, just undulating the spine. Keeping a light tone in the belly in your cow, and fully toning the belly in your cat. Good. From here, we're going to move into balancing sticks. So you're going to take your right leg and stretch it out long. Just keep the toes on the ground for now. Make sure that your pelvis is nice and level. One of the mistakes people make is they start to lift the hip to get the leg higher. I want you to keep the pelvis nice and flat and see if you can just lift that right leg. Keep reaching through the heel. Try not to lift the hip at all. Just keep the leg nice and long. So you can do this. You can just lift on the inhale, tap on the exhale. You can keep it lifted if you want. Keep the belly nice and strong. Another option is to walk the left fingers forward. So now you have the left leg and the right arm keeping you stable. You can lift and lower the hand and the leg, or you can lift and hold. Keep the belly nice and strong, whichever variation you're working with, and find the balance. Feel the heat building in the body. Keep the breath moving. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, release. We'll take a child's pose here just to cool things off a little bit. Take the knees nice and wide so we get into those hips. And then drop the hips back toward the heels any amount. As you find your threshold for folding the legs, let the forearms drop down. So maybe you stack two fists and rest your forehead on your two fists. Maybe you stack your two hands. Or maybe you reach the arms out in front of you and let your forehead rest on the ground. So whichever variation of this position feels best in your body, let yourself come back to breath. Move your awareness to the solar plexus, even in this pose. Feel that solar plexus move as you breathe. If you're feeling the wrists and the fingers, maybe take a moment to wiggle the fingers and the wrists around. When you feel ready, make your way back up to hands and knees. Bring the knees back underneath those hips. Let the feet come to hip width apart as well. Take a moment to reestablish your tabletop. Fingers gently gripping, elbows soft, shoulders on the back, shins press. Now we're going to take the left leg long. So again, one step at a time. Nice level pelvis, reaching through that heel. And maybe just start to inhale up, exhale down. If that's really easy for you, maybe you just try to hold the leg up. If you still want more, you can walk those right fingertips forward. Another option is to lift and lower the hand and the leg, tapping and lifting, or simply lift and hold. Drawing the belly in, keeping the pelvis and shoulders level, the gaze is forward, the breath is moving, maybe starting to feel that heat build as we engage and challenge our strength and balance here. Take one more breath. Exhale to release. This time for our child's pose, let's keep the knees neutral. So instead of taking them wide like we did before, we'll keep them closer together so we're stretching more in the quads and lower back, less in the hips. Same thing here with the hands. Maybe they're stacked as fists under the forehead or flat. Or maybe the arms are reaching forward and the forehead is resting on the mat. Finding the breath. So when our knees are a little closer together in our child's pose, it changes the muscles that we're stretching, but it also lets us feel a little bit of compression as the solar plexus and the thighs are making contact. So you can start to feel that the breath is moving into the back ribs a little bit more. So that can help us to release tension in the back. Good. From here, we're coming back up to the hands and knees, and we're going to move into our downward facing dog. So spreading the fingers, gripping with those fingertips, tuck the toes, a little bit of softness in the elbows, shoulders rolling back. Lift the knees and send the hips up and back. Let the knees stay bent for a moment. Find your nice long spine, wiggle the hips a little bit, and then press one heel at a time, just pedaling out those legs. So remember, in our downward facing dog, we want to keep a nice long spine. The knees can bend a little bit if that helps to keep the spine long. When you feel ready, if the heels can melt down without losing the integrity of the spine, go ahead and melt those heels down. Find that navel center. Draw it in and up. Feel the power of your core. We're going to take 3 breaths here, so feel free to drop back down to the knees for a quick rest if you need it, and then pop back up when you're ready. Feel that navel center squeeze in as you exhale. Now on our third exhale here, squeeze the belly in and up, and then start to walk the hands back to the feet. So you're coming into a soft forward fold at the back of your mat. Drawing the navel in and up, folding the body over the legs. Relax the arms, relax the head. Feel the strength of the legs and the belly holding you. Now when you're ready, bend the knees, bring the hands into those hip creases like you're sitting in a chair. Now push those thighs back and down. Take a big breath. And on your exhale, straighten the legs again. Pull the belly in and up and fold. From here, we're going to come up strong. So bring the hands to the hips. Start to squeeze the elbows back and rise up as the buttocks the body, let the palms turn slightly forward. Feel the four corners of your feet root. Feel your strong legs. Feel the neutral pelvis. Gently draw the navel in and up. Lift the heart and reach through the crown. Take a big inhale as you reach your arms up over the head. Now as you exhale, turn your body to the right and bring your arms parallel to the floor. So the right arm is reaching back and the left arm is reaching forward. Now inhale back to center. And as you exhale, turn your body to the left, float the arms to parallel. So now the right arm reaches forward, the left arm reaches back. Let's do 2 more of these on each side. Inhale, center, arms reach. Exhale, twist to the right, arms parallel. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. One more time. Inhale, center, big round belly. Exhale, squeeze the breath out, twist to the right. Inhale, center, big round belly. Exhale, twist to the left, squeeze the breath out. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, float the arms down. Let the hands come to heart center. Take a moment to close the eyes and just notice how you're feeling. Notice your energy. Notice the heat in the body. On your next exhale, relax the arms. We're going to come to the center of the mat. And if you have a block, you can use your block for this next pose. We're going to do triangle pose. So triangle pose is a wonderful pose for strengthening and opening the core at the same time. So we're going to take the legs wide. If you're using a block, put it behind and slightly away from the left heel. The feet are going to go anywhere from 2.5 to 3 feet wide, all the way up to 4 or 4.5 feet wide, depending on what feels most comfortable in your body. We're going to take the left leg and from this thigh bone, externally rotate it so that the toes move out and the heel moves in. Okay? Then we're going to imagine that this right thigh is rolling in and the left thigh is rolling in, and we're just kind of stick the booty out. That gives us a little space in the hips. Now bend your left knee and then stand nice and tall through the body. So the left knee bends over the ankle and the right foot is turning in ever so slightly. The rib cage faces the front and the arms are wide. So we're coming into warrior 2 here. Take a look at those left fingers. Now, we're going to reach the arms up over the head and straighten that left leg. Bring the arms back wide as we exhale. So we're going to actually reach to the left. You can see this length in the upper and the underneath side of my body here as I reach. My hips move to the right. And then squeeze the belly and just bring it back. So you can feel how the core is driving the alignment here. So we're going to inhale and reach. And then exhale, squeeze the belly, come back. Good. Inhale, reach. Find a lot of length in that spine. Exhale, squeeze the belly, come back. Okay, so now we're going into the pose. Reach. Now bring the right hand to the hip and let the left hand come down on that leg. It can be on the thigh, it can be on the shin, it can be down a little lower, or if you have a block, you can put it on the block. From here, you're going to take your right hand to the bottom side of your rib cage and turn. Use that hand to turn the rib cage forward and up. And then the right hand will reach straight up in the air. So I want you to feel in this pose the shoulders are stacking. And then see if you can get light on that left hand so that the core is actually holding you. Just test it out. Take one more breath. And then on your exhale, squeeze the belly and use the core to come back up. Bring the hands to heart center. Turn the left toes in. Bring the hands to the hips. Wiggle the feet in just a little bit. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Soften the knees. Spiral the thighs back. Stick the booty out and fold forward. Take a moment here just to wiggle the hips and the legs. If you're using a block, you might grab that block and take it over to the right, behind and slightly away from the heel. From your forward bend, bring your hands back to the hips. Soften the knees, rise up, strong belly. Wiggle those feet in and shake the legs out. So we're going to do that same little play on the other side. Now take the feet wide, and again, anywhere from 2.5 to 4.5 feet, depending on your comfort level, balance, and flexibility. We're going to take this right thigh and turn it out so the foot turns to the right. Plant the foot, hands to the thighs. Now stick the booty out, spiral the thighs in, create some space, bend the right knee, and then bring the body tall. So we're coming into our warrior two for just a quick visit. We worked on this pose last week. Rib cage is forward, arms are wide, and just take the gaze to the right hand. Good, feel the power center draw in. Now take an inhale, straighten that right leg. Reach the arms up over the head. On your exhale, squeeze the belly in, reach the arms wide. So now we're going to do that little play in the core. So as you inhale, reach to the right. Armpit reaches to the right, hips move to the left. Long right side body. Exhale, squeeze the belly, come on back. Good, inhale to reach. Exhale, come back. Nice job. One more time. Inhale to reach. Exhale to come back. Now we're going to go into our triangle pose. So find that reach. Bring the left hand to the hip and find the position for your right hand. So maybe it's the leg, maybe it's the shin, maybe it's a block. Soften the knee so it's not locking on that right side. Bring your left hand under your rib cage. Grab it. Use the hand to roll the rib cage forward and up, and then reach the hand. Find the shoulders stacked. Draw the belly in. See if you can get a little bit lighter on that right hand, so that the core is holding you up and the hand is just kind of a kickstand. It's not taking all of the weight. Just play with it, see how it feels. And then take another big breath. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in, feel the core bring you back up. We'll find this little warrior two for a moment. Then let the hands come to heart center. Take the right foot, turn it in. Left toes turn in just a little bit. Roll the thighs back, stick the booty out. Find another wide leg forward bend here. So as you're folding over those wide legs, Soften the knees so they're not locked. Move the tailbone up toward the sky. Drop the head and shoulders. Drop the top of the head. And very gently, let your weight rock forward and back. Keep the breath moving. Strong lower belly. Now, come up onto your fingertips. Lengthen up through the spine. Bring the hands to the hips. Squeeze the elbows back. Lift the heart and rise. Wiggle the feet in. And shake the legs out. Excellent. So now we're going to make our way back down. So coming to stand at the top of the mat, we're going to do just a little vinyasa here. From the top of the mat, reach the arms up over the head, take a big breath. And then exhale into a forward fold. So you're going to soften your knees as much as you need to get your hands on the ground. And then step the right foot back. And then step the left foot back. And find your downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, move forward to a plank. So maybe the knees stay lifted. Maybe the knees lower down. You decide. We're going to lower all the way down to the belly so the knees can be on the ground or off. As you lower yourself all the way down, press into the tops of the feet, press into the hands. Squeeze the elbows in, lift the forehead, the nose, the chin, the chest. Finding a cobra. Exhale, lower down. We're going to do 4 more of these. So inhale, lift, forehead, nose, chin, chest, elbows hug the body. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, brings it down. We have 2 more. Inhale, strengthening the back body here. Exhale, stretching that solar plexus. Last one, press it all the way up. And then pull the belly in, lift the hips, come to the hands and knees. Find a cat-cow. Feel the power center here. Good. Find another child's pose. And if you want to stretch your hips a little bit more, take your knees wide. If you want to stretch the lower back and the quads more, keep the knees together. So your choice how you position the legs for this last child's pose. Let your forehead make contact with a surface, whether it's stacked fist, stacked hands, or the mat. Feel the navel draw in and up as you exhale. Feel the expansion of the breath as you inhale. Starting to cool down the fire. Come on back to the hands and knees. Mermaid the legs, roll back to a seat. Extend the legs out in front of you again. Feel the heels reach. Hands on either side of those hips. Just have a look behind you. Make sure there's enough room on your mat for you to have your head on the ground when we come down. Feel the heels reach, the sit bones root, the palms press, the chest rises. Draw the navel in. Feel the strength of the core. Keep the heart light as you lift your arms. So we're just going to be here for a few breaths, just holding ourselves in this nice upright posture. Breathing in the fire in the belly. Good, take one more big breath, lift the heart. Point the toes as you exhale, squeeze the belly in and start to roll yourself down. Last little bit of fire here. One vertebrae at a time. Coming down to your back. As you arrive, reach your arms back behind you. Take another big stretch through that front body. Feel free to support the head if you need to. Wiggle the pelvis, wiggle the heels, wiggle the fingers. And then on your exhale, we're going to hug those knees one more time. Squeeze the belly, hug the knees into the body. Keep the head and shoulders down. Just let yourself rock a little bit from side to side. Nice and easy. And then take a moment just to wiggle, stretch and move in any way that feels right for you. Just cooling things off as we get ready for our relaxation and meditation. When you feel ready, let your feet come down to the ground. Feel free to support the body in any way that feels appropriate for you for progressive relaxation. You might like to have a little support under the head, maybe a little something behind the knees. If you want to elevate the legs in some way, you can certainly do that. And as you find your way, bring your hands back to that solar plexus. Consciously expanding the belly as you inhale, drawing the navel center in as you exhale, feeling the smoldering fire just a little bit longer. Now for our relaxation and practice today, we're going to use yellow light and the element of fire. And I want you to think of the fire as a very gentle heat. One of the things about the element of fire is that it's transformative. So we're going to imagine that we're using that element of fire to gently heat, transform, and or burn away impurities and dis-ease. So bring your awareness to the sole of your right foot. And as you inhale, imagine that you're filling the right foot and the right leg with that gentle yellow, warm light. Imagine that light swirling around, heating, burning, transforming impurities and dis-ease. And then take a deep breath through the nose. And as you exhale from the mouth, relax the right foot and the right leg. Bring your awareness to the sole of the left foot. As you breathe in, into the left foot and the left leg. Let it swirl around, gently heating, transforming, burning away those impurities, transforming dis-ease into rejuvenation. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, relax your left foot and your left leg. Now bring your awareness to the palm of your right hand. As you inhale, send that yellow, warm light into the right hand and the right arm. Let it swirl around, transforming, burning away. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax the right hand and the right arm. And then bring your awareness to the palm of the left hand. As you inhale, gently guide that yellow, warm light into the left hand and the left arm. See it swirling around, doing that powerful work, transformation. Take another deep breath. And as you exhale, relax the left hand and the left arm. Now, guide your awareness to your pelvis. Breathe in and fill the bowl of the pelvis with that yellow warmth. Let it swirl around. Let it drip deep into the organs of the pelvis, burning away impurities, transforming dis-ease into ease. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, feel all the muscles and tension around the pelvic bowl relax and melt away. Now, as you inhale, send that yellow light up and around the spine. Let it swirl, weaving in and out and under and through each vertebrae. The spinal cord, the nerves, all the way up to the base of the skull. Let it swirl around through the muscles and bones of the trunk, in the back and in the front. Let it fill the abdominals, the organs of the abdominals. Let it fill the rib cage and the lungs. Let it fill the shoulder blades, the shoulders, the chest, and the heart. Burning away those impurities, transforming dis-ease into ease, rejuvenating. Now take a deep breath. And as you exhale, relax the whole of the body down into the support beneath you. Feel the gentle breath in the lungs and the gentle beating of the heart. Soften the throat. through all the features of your face, the sense organs, the mouth, the ears, the eyes, the nose, and the skin. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, relax all the features of the face. Soften the lips, the eyes, the tongue. Let the brain rest heavy in the skull. Feeling the whole body as you breathe. The fire has done its transformative work, and now we rest, cool, soft, relaxed, ready to discover what's rising next in the aftermath of transformation. Take a moment to move the tongue over the teeth, to wiggle the jaw, the fingers, the toes, the wrists, and the ankles. Slowly turn the head from side to side. Bring the hands back to the solar plexus. Draw the navel in, bend the knees. Let the feet come flat, and let the knees rest against one another. Feel the breath moving in the solar plexus. We're going to work with a collection of mantras today to seal our practice. You can repeat after me, either aloud or to yourself. I am strong. I am powerful. I am worthy. I stand in my truth. I am strong. I am powerful. I am worthy. I stand in my truth. Once more. I am strong. I am powerful. I am worthy. I stand in my truth. Take a deep breath in through the nose, a full breath out through the mouth. And just let yourself feel the vibration of the words of those mantras. Gently drawing the belly in. Roll yourself over to your right side, taking just a moment in this fetal position. And then when you feel ready, you can press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Or feel free to linger, resting on your side if that feels right for you. Take a moment to feel the roots of your sit bones, the rise through that central channel, the strength in your power center, bringing your hands onto your solar plexus one more time. Drawing the navel in and up. Feel that power. Feel that strength that is you. Bringing the hands together at heart center. Gently bow the head. The light in me sees and honors that same light in each of you. The light and the fire of the sun of the solar plexus. We are powerful. We are strong. We are worthy.